All right, I'm the Flat Rate Master, and today we're talking about selling those big jobs. All right, so let's talk selling big jobs. Now behind the camera, well, it's a mess, is a Chevy Malibu with a 3.6, and I originally sold it for replacing a headlight bulb and harness and fixing some oil leaks. Those oil leaks include front cover, oil pan, and power steering pump. And after I got it out, I found the oil pump sending unit was also leaking, so went ahead and threw that in. Didn't even charge them labor, just put it in. I'll have to pay for the part, but But anyway, rather large job. Resealing the front cover on a 3.6 is, pays quite well. But anyway, got it apart, found slack in the timing chains. Well, it is now a timing chain job. So let's talk about selling these big jobs like this. Two things have to happen. Well, three. One, you actually have to write it up. You can't come in with a preconceived notion of what a customer will do for their car. A lot of customers, if they got a Jiffy Lube sticker or a Walmart sticker, they may not know what problems their car has. So if you look it over and find oil leaks, you find ball joints loose, write it up. Write up what the car needs. Not what you think they'll buy, what the car needs. That's the most important thing, because if you don't write it up, it will not sell. That's our job. Making sure our customers' vehicles are safe, reliable, etc., etc. We want to make money, and that's our job. Now, the next part of it is you have to have a service writer that is willing to try to sell it. That's kind of important. A lot of times in the comments, I'll go, yeah, I can't, I write up stuff and the service writer doesn't even try to sell it. And that's a problem in the front end that needs to be addressed with management. Our computer system is accessible by everybody in the shop, and we can look at lost sales. You don't want to know what my lost sales are, or anybody else in this shop. It's kind of horrendous. That's lost sales. If you're not getting those jobs over and over again, there's other factors. The clientele your shop has, stuff like that. But you need to try to sell it. And your service writer needs to try to sell it. Now, one of the things we do here is we have priority 1, which is, of utmost importance. Priority 2, which is upcoming needs. And maintenance is the third category. I wasn't on board with it initially, but I am definitely now on board with it. It's easier for our service writers to make them realize, oh, I really need to sell that ball joint instead of the spark plugs because it's about to separate and cause an accident. Stuff like that. Now, getting your service writer on board with that is a more difficult task than writing the car up for obvious reasons. But you need to, the way I've done it over the years with service writers that are not as good about doing that is I go talk to them about the ticket. I walk up there when I turn the ticket in, I'm talking, paper ROs here, and I sit there and I explain to them. I explain to them, this right here is our top priority. They really need to do this before everything else. The oil leak's not horrendous, but it is leaking. That's something that could wait. They just need to monitor their oil level, stuff like that. And I explain to them how to sell the job. I've found it quite effective for service writers that are less inclined to try to sell a lot of work, who prejudge. And I've worked with a lot of service writers that will prejudge. They're not buying anything. I'm not even going to try to sell them an air filter, let alone, a CV axle or anything else. That's something you got to work on, and that's one of the things that I can stress is communication. Talk to them. Go, they really need to do this services. This other stuff is stuff that I've notated to cover the shop and let them know that they've got these problems with this car so they can make a decision on what they want to do. Now, obviously, the third factor is a customer that has the money and the willingness to do it, which in this market apparently is, well, pretty common nowadays. The video I did about dealers being backed up for multiple weeks, well, the overriding comment was dealer life sucks. I'm not going to get into that. But the other part of it was that, well, a lot of work is coming into the shops, which is good for all of us. Customer pay, especially at the dealership, is gold or green, cash. Customers are much more willing to invest in their vehicles and repair what they have instead of going out and buying something, well, they can't get. But it's still really important for us to, well, tell people what's wrong with their cars. It's up to them whether or not they decide to repair it, but write up those big tickets. Trust me, you want those big tickets. It helps everybody make money. Even if you're an hourly technician in the shop, you know, the shop's got to stay healthy and make money. Well, if you want a job, you got to help them make money. So make sure and don't, you know, do the, oh, I didn't see nothing, because it doesn't help anybody, including the customer. That's always my priority when it comes to vehicles, is what does the car need? Not what I need to sell, not what, you know, I think the customer will buy, what the car needs. You know, I don't write up transmission services on every car every 30,000 miles because I don't agree with that. You know, I think you got to do what's right for the car and ultimately the customer. So, as always, thanks for watching. I am the Flat Rate Master.